Hi everybody. Today we are going to talk about matching up hardwood floors. Now, my situation, I had some hardwood floors right next to some old carpet. Wanted to rip that carpet out and then do hardwoods throughout the entire living room. So I turned to the expert, J.R. Little with High West Residential Remodeling Specialist, to show us how. He says you have to have some knowledge on how to use some equipment, and you do need a lot of equipment for this project. Let's go to him for more.
We've got to tie in a new floor that we're going to put down with an existing floor system. So the problem we have is once we remove our border, we've got a cut edge, and if we were to tie into this, we'd have a line all through here and it would not look good at all. So what we've got to do is we've got to pull some of this existing floor out, and unfortunately we've got to cut into it, pull some of these bigger pieces, collapse it, and then that'll allow us to take some of these small ones, and then we can lace all this in together and make it look beautiful. And what I'll do first is I don't want to cut into the subfloor, so I want to get my saw blade set to the depth of the flooring itself. So you can see how this moves up and down. You can go down and probably come up just a touch, and then you set your blade, because again, we don't want to be cutting through everything else under there. And we don't want to damage the subfloor if we can help it. So once we got our blade depth set, I can see it's not hitting the ground really. Once it's flat on both sides, it shouldn't go in. Obviously, you want to wear safety glasses and be very careful while doing this. Okay, so I'm going to make another parallel cut here and cut essentially what would be a U out of the center of this piece. And I'm going to collapse it on itself, pull it out. That'll allow me to get this piece out, the next piece, the following piece, as they generally fall in a stair pattern from each other to keep the laps from being too close together and in line with each other. So I'll go in to make another cut. I don't want to get too close to this edge if I can help it. Okay, now see how nice and loose that is. I should be able to pop that right out of there, hopefully without damaging anything. Okay, so now, see how easy that is to pull? So you get your female end here, that's easy to get out of there. This piece here, we're taking this whole section out here, this whole section out here, here, and so on. And then we'll have to start back over and cut another large piece out, and then we can pull them out again in a stair-step pattern. Some of these will get stuck in there, and you'll use your bullnose dikes or pliers to pull those out.
Be sure to talk to your specialist at your floor supply store. They will fill in any gaps and answer any questions you might have or things you just don't quite understand. Once you have made the cuts and removed the necessary boards, you can line up the new boards with the existing hardwood floor. To do this, you make a straight chalk line across the room. You can't use a wall because walls just aren't straight. This helps make a straight line that you can set your wood on so you have even flooring. Have someone hold one end of the chalk line, stretch the line across the room. Measure so you have your chalk line running parallel to your starting wall. Snap the chalk line so it leaves a straight chalk mark on the subfloor. Once you have your chalk line, you can lie down your first row of hardwoods. Use a nail gun to anchor them down. Then lace the new boards into the gaps that you cut out. You can then use the first row you've anchored down to line up the rest of your rows of hardwoods. To see how we install the rest of our hardwoods, see our previous segment on our website or our YouTube channel. You can also get more information on this project on 9news.com/fixthis.